How's it going, guys and girls? Hope you guys are having a great week. So I'm back today with another video, and it's that time of the month again, guys. It is time to talk about the game releases coming out in June 2017. Now we're going to start off with the first game today, and that is Tekken 7, which will be coming out on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One and PC on June the 2nd. Now May was a very good month for fighting games with the release of Injustice 2, which did very well, and Tekken 7 looks like a very good contender and rival to that game. So of course, developed by Bandai Namco, it is the 9th installment in the Tekken series, and the game will actually have 38 playable fighters, which is incredible, 20 of whom will make up the default cast on launch, and other characters will be added of course over time, most likely through DLC content. There are actually 8 new playable characters, and Tekken 7 will also feature a full-length story mode with additional side chapters dedicated to non-Mishima characters. Now the game's producer Katsuhiro Harada has said that the game's story will be much darker than ever before and closer in tone to Tekken 4. And it will serve as the conclusion of the Mishima clan saga. It will provide answers regarding the feud between Heihachi Mishima, his son Kazuya, and his grandson Jin, including the origins of the Devil Gene, among other Tekken mysteries. So for those of you that are fans of the Tekken series, I'm sure you'll be very happy to hear that. There will be an increased character customization available too, and this will allow players to modify characters' appearances, and as you play different matches and win, you will actually get in-game rewards, and this will add to the character customization options that you have available. So again, it's very similar to the new gear system that was introduced in Injustice 2. I don't know whether these character customizations are going to have any effects on stats. It doesn't look like that at the moment. It just looks like it is a visual customization, but it does give you lots of options to create some very funny looking and interesting looking characters. The second game coming out on June the 7th is the Wipeout Omega Collection, which is coming out on the PS4. This is developed by Sony XDev, Clever Beans and Epos Game Studios. Now I am a massive fan of the F-Zero games and the original Wipeout game, and I'm really looking forward to this game coming out. I'm not a big racing fan, but I do definitely enjoy the F-Zero series a lot, and when I was playing Destiny and obviously playing the racing that they introduced, the Sparrow racing, I really enjoyed that, and I think because a large part of it reminded me of Wipeout and the original F-Zero games. So the Wipeout Omega Collection will be packed to the hilts with content from Wipeout HD, Wipeout HD Fury and Wipeout 2048. The Omega Collection, it is confirmed, will actually feature 26 reversible circuits, 46 unique ships, a ton of game modes and a mixture of new and classic music tracks. So if you're a fan of the Wipeout series, then you're probably going to really enjoy this, and it looks fast paced, visually looks stunning. Of course it will support local split screen 2-player versus modes, as well as allowing room for 8-player online matches as well. It looks fast, it looks futuristic, and it looks fun. The third game coming out on June the 16th is ARMS, and this is an exclusive coming to the Nintendo Switch, of course developed and produced by Nintendo. It is one of their flagship titles coming out with the launch of the Nintendo Switch, and there has already been a lot of marketing on this game, and it looks fun, and it's one of the first games bar 1, 2, 3 Switch that uses the Joy-Con effectively. So ARMS is basically a fighting game where you use stretchy weaponized arms to punch, thump and knock out your opponents. Now each fight in ARMS looks very interesting, very different, full of personality and character, and you can equip them with special arms that have their own unique attributes. I think each character has 3 different kinds of arms and attributes, and you can mix and match and combo them to the best combinations that you can find. So there's lots of ducking and dodging and weaving and things, and it looks really, really good. But ARMS is definitely one that looks interesting and it looks fun, and it could be a good way to use those Joy-Con controls for the Nintendo Switch. The fourth game that looks interesting is coming out on June the 23rd, and that is Get Even. It will be available on the PS4, Xbox One and PC, and it is done by the Polish developer Farm 51 and published by Bandai Namco. Now this was actually intended for a May release, but it was postponed to June 23rd out of respect after the Manchester terrorist attack. This game is basically a sci-fi horror shooter thriller. Now there's a lot of mystery about this game. The trailers don't really give much away at all, except for the general sort of theme and idea of it. And the basic premise of it is you play as the main character, a guy called Cole Black, who is a gruff mercenary who's setting out to infiltrate a building and resolve a hostage situation. This happens right at the beginning of the game. Obviously events unfold, and then for the rest of the game, Cole is basically experiencing events by way of an advanced virtual reality helmet. And the whole way through it, there is an anonymous disembodied voice by the name of Red, who is seemingly a scientist behind this experiment, which aims to replay a number of Cole's memories back to him in order to monitor and sort of gain clarity on past events. And of course, Cole doesn't have any memory of what's happened. And of course, by extension, that's mean we're not sure of events and what to trust and what's real and what's not. It looks really interesting. So it's not a big title that I think many people know about, but it definitely is one that the more I see of it, the more curious I am about the game. The final and fifth game coming out on June the 30th is Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Now I'm a massive Crash Bandicoot fan. I haven't played all of the original games. I think I had a bit of a go at the first Crash Bandicoot game on the original PlayStation 1 back in the old days, 20 years ago. But I love the Crash Bandicoot series. I love the characters, the platforming's great, it's challenging, and it looks like Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy is going to bring this franchise back in all its glory. Now the game itself is developed by Vicarious Visions and published by Activision. The game will be a collection of remastered versions of the first three titles in the Crash Bandicoot series. So of course the original Crash Bandicoot, Cortex Strikes Back and Warped. Now like in the original games, Crash can use spinning and jumping techniques to defeat enemies, smash crates, collect items, and the game, it just looks beautiful. The humor in the game looks great as well. All the death animations are back and as funny as ever. It looks really good. Visually it looks stunning. The game is now available in high definition 4K resolution with remastered audio, and it looks like Vicarious Visions have been very faithful to the original franchise, so it looks good. And if you're a fan of the original Crash Bandicoot game, then I'm sure this is probably a must buy for you. And if you're a fan of platforming games and you're looking for a really good platformer, then this is probably right up your street as well. But anyway, those are the games that are coming out in June this year. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. What are you looking forward to playing this month? Will you be picking up any games? What will you be playing? Let me know in the comment section below. Hope you guys are having a great week. Take care, and as always, happy gaming.